Hi everyone. These three Ultra models all feature some camera-inspired design elements, which makes them quite unique. What do you think? Do you like the look? They all weigh around 230 grams. Flagship phones are all in an arms race when it comes to imaging. The CMOS sensors and lens specs are top tier, and each has its own killer feature. The Xiaomi 17 Ultra features a 75mm to 100mm optical zoom. The X300 Ultra highlights a 35mm 1.12-inch main camera. The Find X9 Ultra features a 1.28-inch 70mm telephoto lens, as well as a 230mm mobile super telephoto lens, X300. The Ultra camera module is the most prominent, and it makes the phone feel top-heavy. Plus, the module is so thick that it gets in the way when you're holding it. Alright, let's flip them over to the front and take a look at the screens. First off, they all use circular polarization technology. The X300 Ultra and Find X9 Ultra both have 1440p resolution. The Xiaomi 17 Ultra is 1200p. Xiaomi claims their 1200p display is as good as, or even better than, 1440p. The screen supplier for the Xiaomi 17 Ultra is CSOT, while both the X300 Ultra and the Find X9 Ultra use BOE screens. The bezel widths on these three phones are actually about the same. It's just that my Find X9 Ultra has a black frame, which might make it look like the bezels are a bit wider, but they're really about the same. The Xiaomi 17 Ultra has a 6.9-inch screen with a 19.6.9 aspect ratio. The X300 Ultra and Find X9 Ultra both feature 6.8-inch displays with a 19.8.9 aspect ratio. So, by comparison, the Xiaomi 17 Ultra is a bit wider and chunkier, while the X300 Ultra and Find X9 Ultra are narrower and slimmer. These are their maximum manual indoor brightness levels. Vivo and OPPO are about the same, while Xiaomi is a bit more conservative. These are their minimum brightness levels, both around 1 nit. Alright, next, let's take a detailed look at their screen flicker performance. First, let's look at medium to high brightness. We've adjusted them to the same brightness level of 520 nits. At this point, they both use 120Hz quasi-DC dimming, which means the only screen flicker is that caused by the 120Hz TFT reset. The frequencies are consistent and the black bars are similar in width, indicating that their duty cycles are also comparable. The Find X9 Ultra has the lightest black bars of the three, which means its modulation depth is the lowest, followed by the Xiaomi 17 Ultra. The X300 Ultra has the darkest black bars, indicating it has the highest modulation depth of the three. Therefore, overall, their screen flicker performance ranking is... The Xiaomi 17 Ultra also features another dimming method, 3-pulse dimming. You can switch to it by enabling Adaptive Refresh Rate Pro. On the X300 Ultra, if you go into the eye care settings and toggle on full brightness high frequency dimming, it switches to 2160Hz PWM dimming, combined with a 120Hz TFT reset. As you can see, after switching, the Find X9 Ultra still offers the best screen flicker performance. On the X300 Ultra, after enabling full brightness high frequency dimming, although the TFT reset fluctuation depth is slightly reduced, it introduces additional flicker from the 2160Hz PWM dimming. After switching the Xiaomi Ultra to 3-pulse dimming, there is almost no benefit in modulation depth, while the duty cycle is reduced. The frequency difference between 120Hz and 360Hz is negligible, so I recommend that those sensitive to screen flicker keep it off. Now let's look at their screen flicker performance at low brightness. Adjusted to the same brightness level of 48 nits, the Xiaomi 17 Ultra uses 2160Hz PWM dimming combined with 360Hz TFT reset. The X300 Ultra features 2160Hz PWM dimming combined with a 120Hz TFT display. Reset. The Find X9 Ultra also features 2160Hz PWM dimming combined with a 120Hz TFT display. Reset. The darker black bars visible in the image correspond precisely to the TFT reset period. Regarding screen flickering caused by TFT reset, the X300 Ultra and Find X9 Ultra are similar, while the Xiaomi 17 Ultra performs the worst. In terms of 2160Hz PWM dimming, the Find X9 Ultra has the best flicker performance, followed by the X300 Ultra, with the Xiaomi 17 Ultra performing the worst. This shows their color and brightness consistency at the same low brightness level. Finally, there is the color shift when viewed from an angle. That's it for this episode. Bye!